Welcome in. I am just hopping on. Happy Monday. Hello, Rihanna. Welcome in. How are you? I saw your email, by the way, and I will definitely get back to you about what I was thinking. Welcome in. Tonight we are journeying into the self. Hello, Emily. Hello, Jillian. How's everyone's Monday going? Welcome in. Just consent to that Reiki energy flow as always. And let lavender relax you before we dive in deep. You're welcome. Also, I have a new playlist going because I was wanting sacral chakra frequencies. So we need to be on the flute alert. We need to be on the lookout for flutes. I am good. Thank you for asking. Thank you for the disco love, Mary. How are you? Welcome in, everyone. Again, just consent to that Reiki energy flow. Let it flow straight through your central channel, straight down the middle of your body. Let it start warming you up. It feels very fiery tonight, so it may feel kind of like a nice fire building in your body. And let the lavender just soothe your nerves, soothe your mind. How is everyone feeling if you were here last night for the new moon manifesting? Thank you, Jillian, for the heart me. Are we feeling the power from last night? That is awesome, Rihanna. I feel like I really got hit by all of those ocean waves, but in a good way, like it really cleared things out. Thank you for the heart me, Mary. Awesome, Rihanna. I'm so glad you loved it. Hello, Nicholas. How are you? Welcome in. How was your Monday? We are just getting set up nice and relaxed before we journey into the self. And I'll talk a little bit more about what I mean by the self in a minute as more people hop on and come in. Oh, happy birthday this week, Sophia. And thank you all for consenting. I hope everyone's had an okay Monday, a good Monday. If not, you're in the right spot to let it go, to relax and to heal. Get rested and rejuvenated. Hello, India. Welcome in. How are you? Thank you for the heart me, India. Thank you for the heart me, Pink Raven, and the heart puff. With a meeting. Interesting. Happy Monday, Pink Raven. Doing good. Hello, Erica. How are you? I hope you are doing good as well. How is everyone feeling? We are journeying into the self tonight, and what I really mean by that is we are going to get out of our own way. Thank you for the heart puffs, Alien's face. Hello, Hannah. Hello, Sarah. How are you? No, I'm just getting started, Ashley. You guys that are just hopping in, you're perfect. Like literally just getting started. Thank you for the heart me, Ashley. Still under the weather. I have strep. Oh, India, I am so sorry. I'm feeling pretty good right now. I didn't feel so great this morning, but I feel a lot better now. It's still light out and you're on. I know. Thank you for the team bracelet and the heart me's. Hello, Leela. And thank you for the finger hearts. Welcome in, everyone. I really want to get in your minds right now with this lavender. I want you to just calm down. I want you to relax. I don't want you to think about anything. I don't want you to overthink this work. Think about the day. Just let it all go. It's still sunny. It's dark here now, but it was light for a really long time and I really liked it. It is, Rihanna. It totally is. Thank you all for consenting again. Just consent as you come in. You can say it in the chat. Say it to yourself. Reiki is sentient and will only work on you once you consent. Aw, Hannah, I'm so glad. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm so happy to have all of you here. Welcome in, sit back and relax. This is the space to heal. This is the space to just drop everything at the door, just to be open and let everything go. And you may hear my husband come in. He's just getting home. Thank you for the heart puffs. Thank you all for coming in again. Again, tonight, the major theme of tonight is getting out of our own way. Because that's really like the root of everything that we do in healing work is to get out of our own way. We can be our own biggest enemy. So we want to make sure that we are getting out of our way so that we can progress. If you hear my puppy whine, she's ready for dinner since he's home. So we are going to gently nudge ourselves out of the way and she's laughing. So we are going to gently nudge ourselves out of the way tonight and let our power shine. Let our power through. Aw, Rihanna. Hello, Rose. Thank you for consenting, Carol. Welcome in, everyone. Before we start getting like really deep into that work, I want to go down into those lower chakras again. Kind of like how we were doing last night. So let's go down into those lower chakras. No, I don't know what that is, but no. He was showing me something, I couldn't see what it was. Let's go down into those lower chakras, especially the root. I want to make sure the root is nice and grounded, connected with the earth. So if you want to envision with me here, your root chakra, growing tree roots, and let them go down into the ground. Let them wind down into the ground. Leela, Saturday was my birthday. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares, everyone. And again, thank you for being here, most importantly, and doing something for yourself. Sorry, my puppy got excited. Her schedule's a little thrown off because, you know, the time change. Thank you, pretty. Thank you, Leela. So let your root chakra connect with the earth. Let your root chakra connect with the earth. I hope you are too, Danny. How are you? Hang on just a second. Can you shut my door? Thank you. Have you, Sophia? Yes, we're going to work super hard on these lower chakras tonight, I feel, with moving ourselves out of the way. Thank you, Carol. So as your root chakra plants its roots into the ground, as you breathe in, you're breathing up. I always see it as a very dark green sparkling energy. So as you're breathing in, you're breathing in that dark green sparkling earth energy. As you breathe out, you're sending all of your worries into the ground to let them be cleansed. Send that anxiety down, send any worries down, let it go down. And thank you all again for liking and sharing. Thank you for being here and doing something for yourself as always. Thank you for helping people discover Reiki. Did you, Cassidy? No, I almost forgot too because I had a 4-day weekend and I'm like, you know what? What day is it? Let your root become really stable here. You know what? I want to use black tourmaline. We haven't used black tourmaline much, but this was like the first crystal that I really started working heavily with when I started my healing journey. So if you are someone that is very anxious, feels unsafe in your mind and your body, black tourmaline I highly recommend working with first. Hello, Whitney, welcome in. How are you? The long weekend and the daylight savings got me all confused, Cassidy. It did me too. I think I said it on Sunday. I was laying in bed. It was 1:59 a.m. And then all of a sudden I look up again and it's 3 a.m. and I'm like, I know I didn't just lose an hour somewhere. I was like, oh, it's the time change. Got your wisdom teeth out. Oh my goodness. Definitely sending you healing. I had those out several years ago. It was not like the funnest thing. Had a bad migraine. I am so sorry, Whitney. Oh yes, so Paula, black tourmaline. This is kind of considered like the pit bull of grounding. It is a heavy grounding stone. So if you are not feeling safe in your body, you're not feeling safe in your mind, you're not feeling safe in your environment, black tourmaline is immediately just gonna like bring all that negative energy down. It's gonna wipe it away, it's gonna wash it out. It really like gets you super in tune with the earth. This is a heavy grounding stone, and this is the one that I started with in my healing journey because I didn't feel safe and secure in any of those senses. So I highly recommend starting with black tourmaline. Were you, Sophia? Oh, Lillian, I'm so sorry. I was just getting used to the other time change and now we're changing. I know, India. I prefer this time change. I do. Because, you know, it's summer. It's, you know, we're going into summer now. You know, we're going into technically longer days and having more sunlight, you know, when you get off work so you can actually go out and do things. You're so welcome, Paula. Yeah, when I first started my healing journey, this is what I meditated with, like every day. because I didn't feel secure in any way. So this will really bring you down. It'll bring you down out of your anxiety so that you can really examine what are these unsafe feelings coming from? Like, am I literally unsafe, or is it my mind that's chattering? Is it my mind making things up? This will help you, make that distinction, help you pick that apart and feel safe within yourself. Totally, Cassidy. I feel a lot happier with this time change. I feel happier. I feel more energized when we are, heading into spring and summer. I think so too, because you know what? My pets stay on this time. Dinner time stays, well, I mean, we move dinner time, but the whole time we're in winter, dinner time is the same for them. Breakfast time is the same for them in their minds. So I feel like that is the correct, like the time we're in now is the correct one. I totally agree. They don't ever adjust to the winter schedule. Never. I find that so fascinating that you mentioned that, because I was just thinking about that today, actually. Oh, someone needs to hear it's safe in my mind. We were just talking about that. It is safe to be in my mind. Happy Monday, Angelic. How are you? Welcome in. If you are new, say hello, by the way. We really and truly have the greatest group of people on here. People talk, people share. We have a private Facebook group where you can share in a smaller space if you'd like. Thank you. I got it from, she's called Ruby Moon Goods, or Ruby Moon GDS here on TikTok. She has an Etsy shop. Thank you for the heart puff, Cassidy. Hello. Is it Danielle? And hello, Tracy. How are you? Welcome in. How have your Mondays been? I am good. Thank you for asking. Hello, I'm so glad you found your way in here. This is the space. We do this on Mondays and Wednesdays. So start your week off right, get a midweek boost. We work on all kinds of things in here. Like tonight, we're working on the self. Getting out of our own way is what I mean by that. Hello, Charmaine. Hello, NPET. Or is it just NPET? Hello. I am good. How are you? Thank you for asking. Thank you. Yes, I love it. Definitely go check out her stuff. She has so many of these pendants. It's unreal. They are so magical. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Rihanna. And again, it is safe to be in my mind. Let your mind wind down. Let this black tourmaline bring that anxiety down. Let this black tourmaline, let this black tourmaline calm the tornado in the mind. It is safe to be in your mind. Your anxiety is not you. Your anxiety does not define you. Your anxiety is not your personality. Totally, Cassidy, thriving in this time change. Thank you, Jinx. Thank you. I'm so glad you're here. Sophia, I definitely recommend doing what your heart desires. My heart called me to go to the beach and have Indian food. That seems so simple, but really that was just so fulfilling. So whatever, is calling to you, if you can do it, I highly recommend it. Hello, is it Lil Bean Buns? Welcome in. How are you? The tornado in my mind is the ones you find on the rollers at the gas station. Oh my gosh, Cassidy. That is too funny. Do you like them, I guess? You like them a lot? Thank you, India. Thank you all for being so welcoming. Seriously, we have the greatest group of people on here. Everyone will share, everyone will chat back and forth. There's no judgment here. This is the healing space. This is the space to heal. That is why I'm here. That is why I've, gone live. That's why I created, this space, if you will. This is for you to heal. So let it out, whatever it is. Really, really and truly, Angelic, you all are so amazing. Ooh. I feel a lump in someone's throat as I'm just scanning down with the black tourmaline. So afraid to speak up, afraid to say what you want to say what you need. Let's move this very gently. Hello, Rain. Welcome. You got the package. Yay. You are so welcome. Hello, Coda. Welcome in. How are you? Oh yeah, let's move this lump in the throat. Because in order to progress, we have to be okay with saying what we need. We have to be okay with communicating. Yes, 444 is about change. I love 444. You're back home, Nicholas. Awesome. So Danielle, if you haven't been here, anyone else who hasn't been here, what I do is I work in a collective sense on these lives. You can work more intimately with me, so through one-on-one work or through group work, through candle work, we can do that too. But here I work on a collective level. So the universe tells me whatever I need to know, whatever is the biggest, thing, the theme that we need to work on is what it gives me. And I can feel different things inside of your body. So like from physical manifestations to energetic ones, like I can feel that. And the universe lets me know which is the one that needs to be worked on most. Healing from the flu and a sprained ankle and wisdom teeth removal. Holy cow, Coda. And I'm sorry, I'm just trying to catch up on comments. Yes, Cassidy, don't be afraid to let it out. Hello, Becca. Happy Monday. How are you? Welcome in. So also in the spiritual world, that is what is considered an empath. And I know on TikTok, there was this whole thing about being an empath, and it totally is not the same thing. In the spiritual world, being an empath means like I can feel things inside of your body, not just the ability to empathize that we all have. It's quite different. So it's like I can feel if your back is hurting, I can feel that sprained ankle, I can feel that lump in your throat, if you're needing to say something, like that's what it is. It's kind of like a cool party trick sometimes. People will be like, how did you do that? How did you know that? Good, I'm glad you are feeling good. And I just want to do some swipes down your body too. I just want to make sure everyone gets connected. Again, as you're popping in, just consent to the energy flow. Reiki can do no harm. It's only here to take you to your highest good, show you your highest good, provide healing. You may feel a lot of warmth build in your body. You may feel tingling. A lot of people feel their bodies become really heavy as their spirit or soul, whatever you want to call it, their energy becomes lighter. Why does someone keep trying to pop in? Absolutely, Jinx. The universe definitely puts you where you need to be. A lot of people who are newcomers will pop in here and be like, oh my God, like I needed to hear this today. The universe knows what it's doing. I feel chills. I love it, Amy. This is the place to be truly who you are, be authentic, to release, to be seen, to be heard. The universe does not have judgment in the same way that we have judgment as humans. So if you put something out there, that you might be afraid to share with other people, the universe is not judging you in that same way. The universe wants you to be open. It wants you to be honest. It wants you to be authentic. It wants you to bring things to it that you're wanting to change or you're wanting to heal, and it'll help show you the way. No, Jinx, because I'm using Reiki, and what Reiki is, for those who may not know a lot about it, it's life force energy. So this is channeled from the universe. It flows through everything. It animates the stars, the plants, everything. It animates us. This life force energy, I'm getting a dose of it too because it's flowing through me, even though I'm not specifically working on myself right now. So I really don't feel drained after these. Because it's really the energy of the universe that I'm using. Ooh, let's use the blue kyanite. So for those who don't know, kyanites can be scratchy, like my black one is in its raw form. This is how it looks. Ooh, there's fuzz stuck to it actually. So it gets in there and it scrapes everything out that you've been holding on to. So we're gonna use the blue one, since blue is the color of your throat chakra. I love kyanite. Let's remove this lump. It's okay to speak. It's okay. It's okay to share. It's okay. Oh, it's okay to make known your needs. That's a big one. That's massive. It is okay to share what you need. Your needs are important. They need to be met. It's like breathing in crisp autumn air that runs through the maple trees. I love that description, Cassidy. I love it. Ooh. Your needs need to be met. Your needs need to be met. Hello, Michelle. Welcome in. How has your Monday been? Your needs, it's deeper than that. That's why I keep saying that first phrase. So it's not just that your needs deserve to be met. They need to be met. That's why they are a need. Hello, Mystical. Welcome in. How are you? And this is a big part of getting out of our own way. This is a big part of discovering ourself, our journey to the self. That's when I feel most at peace and balance. Nature, trees, cool, crisp air, same. Same, Cassidy. I like to be out in nature, get grounded, feel the energy of the earth. I love being next to the ocean like I was this weekend, or out in the forest, walking down a path. Thank you, Mystical. I got it from someone called Ruby Moon Goods, or Ruby Moon GDS here on TikTok. She has an Etsy shop with so many of these necklaces, like different variations, and other like sculptures that she makes with the beads and the eyes. I love it. Tingling in your crown. I love it. Nature is a great reset. And hang on, this is like really loud church music. Uh-oh. Hang on. Spotify decided it didn't like it either. Thank you, Josette. Is that how you say it? Swirls of warmth, yes. Reiki is a very warm energy too. So you may feel swirls of warmth. And then also the kyanite does have its own kind of cooling energy. And hang on, I'm gonna change the song. At least no flutes. Why? Don't tell me that was a second one. That was weird. Thank you, I'm glad I said it right. Okay, we need to do an exercise to move this lump in the throat. So I'm going to continue to use the kyanite and Reiki, but what I want you to do, this is similar if you've been here to how like we move energy in other places. I know, Michelle, I'm so excited. Did you get the email with the link? Like, I am so excited. I'm not a big nature girly, but the weather in Arizona has been so amazing. So I've been out a lot more. I love it, Coda. Hello, Miss Xtina. I love that. I didn't even see the first one. Oh, that is too funny. Welcome in. How are you? You know what? We haven't used Cheese Bob in a while. I don't know where Cheese Bob is, actually. I need to bring him out since you said Doodle Bob. Oh, I'm so glad you love it, Andrea. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing something for yourself. And thank you all again for liking and sharing. Thank you for doing something for yourself. Thank you for helping people discover Reiki. Hello. You feel your feet tingling? Nose was itchy? Huh. All right, so what I want you to do is as you breathe in, I want you to breathe into your throat chakra, and I want you to gather up any resistance that you feel to speak your mind, to communicate your needs, to speak how you feel. Thank you, HD, welcome in. So I want you to, as you breathe in, gather that up in a ball. And as you breathe out, I want you to send it over to me, and I'm gonna start pulling it out. And I want you to give it a color, a texture. Does it look like vines? Does it look like thorns? You know, what does it look like when it's coming out? What color is it? How does it feel? So I really want you to get in there and visualize and help get it out. So breathe in, breathe out, send it over. It's not gonna stick to me, it's not gonna hurt me. Black tar. I'm seeing like a ball of like twigs for a lot of you. Let this come out. black sticky vines. Very interesting. Red and orange velvet. Cassidy, that's very interesting. All right, let's do it again. Breathe in, gather up any resistance that you feel in your throat to not speak your mind, speak your emotions, communicate your needs. So breathe in again. Breathe out, send it over. You can keep breathing out a few times to really get it moving too. Rainbow blue swirls, black thorns, ball of black, yucky, dusty yarn. Oh my gosh. Mine is like a green head of lettuce. That is so interesting. It definitely can be HD. I can say a lot of times I will see it as kind of like as something black, you know, heavy, dense. Keep letting this out. We're gonna do it a third time. A wrinkly green ball. That is so interesting. So I'm wondering if those of you who are seeing green, if this is because there is a connection within the heart, which I feel like we will move down to the heart. That's interesting. Yes, okay, so I forgot to warn all of you who are new. You may burp, you may sneeze, you may want to cry. Let it out. Let it go. It may come out the other end, okay? It's energy movement. It's literally moving things up and down out of your body. Let it out. There's no judgment here. I can't see you, first of all, and I can't hear you, so let it rip. Even if we had a personal session, 99% of the time I can't hear it because TikTok, or not TikTok, Zoom, we communicate through Zoom. It filters the noise anyway, so. Exactly, angelic. Purple, interesting. Can't smell it either. I don't have any of those senses through TikTok. So let's breathe in again. Gather it all up. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Woo, interesting. Brown and green burrs, interesting. Now I'm seeing it as like a tentacle, a black tentacle covered in like sticky black goo. Interesting. We probably can, Sophia, we'll definitely see. Yellow green, Red orange. Let me just pull a little bit more. I feel just a little bit more wanting to come out. Haven't quite gotten to the end of it yet. Bright blue. Just a little bit more, a little bit more. There we go, that's the end of that. That's the end of that pull. Now I just want you to breathe in your throat, breathe into that throat chakra. How does it feel? You don't have to send anything over, just breathe into it. How does it feel now? Sounds like a dope album. Oh, I love that, Cassidy, it totally does. Iridescent blue. Feels so good, good. Feels clear, yes. That is what we are going for. I'm not feeling that pain on this side of the throat that I was feeling earlier. Good. I have a firefly. What? Where? Like literally? Oh, I have firefly eyes. I was like, wait, what? Oh, thank you, Trippy. I was like, is there one in here? I just made this sweet potato pepper curry soup. That sounds so good, Via. And you can totally share random thoughts like that. I love to hear about what you're doing, what you're interested in. If you feel compelled to share, just share. That's part of healing. Let it out. And since we're working on the throat, that's actually a really good exercise. Feeling confident to share. Yes, open that throat chakra. Oh my goodness. Sorry, there's people that keep, yeah, let's turn off being able to request. The only thing left for the flu is this horrendous cough and it hurts the right side of your throat. Coda, that's where it was hurting me too. It doesn't hurt as bad, but it could be part of that. I accidentally dumped celery seeds in my sourdough. Oh no! Miss Xtina. Getting better at balanced truths. I love that. Do you, Mystical? I've thought about getting some. That's awesome, Trippy. Thank you for the rose, Steven. I was up at a board meeting for planning a Pride event for... Oh, that's awesome, Nicholas. How did that go? Ooh, and that's making me burp, so you may burp as we were just releasing here. Oh, I don't know about you, but that made my throat feel better too. Jessica, welcome in. How are you? Yes, Reiki can absolutely do that, Amanda. Absolutely. It definitely can help. How are you feeling after last night, Jessica? And I am so sorry we had that weird that weird 16th candle thing happen. That was weird. That was strange, but I'm glad we got it figured out. Oh no, a migraine. I am so sorry. Oh, that's awesome, Nicholas. All right, I just want to give the throat just a little bit more attention here. So I'm gonna like energetically put my hands like this. So kind of like this, but obviously my hands are flipped. So kind of like doing this to your throat. Just giving it some more attention, some more love. The burps, yes, Angelic, you heard me. I was just burping a second ago too. It'll happen. If you're new, if you're just popping in, that will happen. And if you're new, say hello. We have the greatest group of people here. This is the place to be authentic. This is the place to let everything go. This is the place to heal. That is why we do these. There's no judgment here. Just let yourself be you. Lay it on the table for the universe and watch the magic happen. Hello, Mon. Welcome in. How are you? How's your Monday been? And then just going down the sides of the neck, really, like so, each side here. Thank you, Via. Ooh, and I'm gonna bring in some bright, light blue energy into that throat chakra. Again, your throat chakra is blue in color. So just beaming in some more of that blue energy. Welcome in, Michigander. How are you? How has your Monday been? We are working on the self tonight, specifically getting out of our way. Getting out of our way, taking a journey within ourselves to get out of our own way so we can succeed. You are so welcome, Witchy. And thank you all again. Hang on, there was something stuck in my throat then. Let's keep moving that. Thank you all for liking and sharing. Thank you for being here and doing something for yourself. By the way, so we did our new moon manifesting ceremony last night. You can still use that energy up to 3 days after. I think I forget to say that all the time during the new moon. So if you missed it, you can still set an intention and manifest. I'm going to try to have that live posted tonight on YouTube if you want to manifest like with that live. Josette, I'm so happy you are. Really and truly, like we have the greatest group of people in here. People are so welcoming. They're just naturally like so welcoming and open. I love it. I do a lot of Reiki work and frequencies. I love that, Angelic. I did a money bowl today and checks. I love it, Angelic. I did my manifestation last night too afterward. So I posted a video because you know we had so much wind that sounded like those ocean waves we were bringing in. And all of a sudden it just like died down after I read everyone's candles. And then I went to do my candles and the wind came back and I'm like, oh, this is like too freaky. This is too magical. I love it. It was amazing. Oh, Cassidy, I love that. Universe, where do we need to go now? I'm hearing the mind again and I'm seeing Violet. So we are going I'm seeing violet, but it's showing me the crown, and violet's usually like your third eye, but like it's showing me the crown, so we'll see what this is about. Thank you for the roses, Cassidy. Did you, Nicholas? It was like the wind was so hard, it sounded just like the waves that were crashing at the beach that day, or yesterday. Thank you, Kendra. And by the way, this is by a person called Ruby Moon Goods. They are called Ruby Moon GDS here on TikTok. Their shop is on Etsy. I believe it is linked in their bio. They make all kinds of necklaces like these and different kinds of sculptures. They are so magical. And they all have the little eye. They are adorable. They're so magical. So let's go up into the head. Let's go up into the mind. Let's shift gears just a little bit. And we're gonna use our Cobalto Calcite. Look at this dreamy piece of Cobalto Calcite. It is literally violet, like how I was seeing. Yes, purple does mean royalty. That was a very royal color because it was a hard one to make. Yes, definitely, Kendra. They are so magical. You dyed your hair purple. I love it. I used to have purple hair too. I loved purple hair. So Cobalto Calcite. This is obviously a calcite. Calcites in general are good for pattern clearing, habit breaking, anything that you are trying to stop or change. Calcites are great for that. Thank you for the donut, Cassidy. Purple door means a witch lives there. I love that. I don't think I've heard that, honestly. So this is purple. Sometimes I think it can be more pink, but I got a nice purpley piece of it. So let's go into the mind. Let's go into the crown. Changing the narrative in your mind, changing the thought pattern in your mind. That's what this Cobalto Calcite wants to do for you. Getting you out of that pattern of anxiety, anxious thinking. Hello, Lisa, welcome in. How are you? How's your Monday been? Just kind of like snapping that pattern out with it as well. Thank you for consenting. So we're shifting from that anxious mind, shifting from getting stuck in that loop. Especially if you're an anxious person, you kind of get stuck in a loop thinking about the same thing over and over and over, hoping that you're going to think of something different, that there's going to be a different outcome. But what you have to do is you have to get off that track. You have to get off of that track, out of that loop. Pizza? What do you mean pizza? Were you trying to give me pizza earlier, Steven? Yes, ruminating. Let yourself get off of that train. Let yourself get off of that track. Absolutely, Sophia. Let that go. Let that go. Releasing pressure. Ooh, pressure. Pressure on yourself to have to do things. Take some pressure off of yourself is what I'm feeling, especially at home for a lot of you. You get home and you feel like you need to do 1,000 chores or something like that. Take the pressure off of you. The world is not going to end if you let yourself have a rest before doing something. Let that go. You need downtime. You need to rest. You can perform those tasks better when you've had a rest. Rihanna. This is just so specific, and Rihanna was saying, calling me out. Lisa was saying yes to it too. But I'm gonna reiterate it again because some of you need to hear it again. Some of you need to hear it if you're just popping in. If you don't go fold that pile of laundry when you get home, it's gonna be okay. Let yourself rest. If you let that sink of dishes just stay for just a little bit longer before you've had a minute, it's gonna be okay. Angelic and Miss Xtina and Jessica, yes, let this go. Rocio, yes, let it go. It's gonna be okay. Thank you for reminding me of the laundry. That wasn't really the intention, Angelic. But I'm glad it reminded you. If you were, had forgotten, I guess. You are so welcome. Let it go. It's like you've been in my house. Look, it's the same at my house too, honestly. About to toss the laundry in the chair and call it a day. Hey, it's not gonna hurt anything. Thank you for the heart puff, Larissa. The point is that you deserve rest. Do not feel guilty. Do not work yourself up. Do not get stuck ruminating, as Angelic was saying, if that thing doesn't get done right away. I am so glad you're here, Larissa. Welcome in. We are here on Mondays and Wednesdays. Sometimes you get me extra for new moons and full moons, but we gather here on Monday nights and then on Wednesday nights to get like a midweek Reiki boost. Releasing living for others and fear of living truly for me. Yes, Josette. Absolutely. Get off that track of anxiety. Ooh, now we're going to go a bit deeper. And this one is probably going to poke at people a little bit more. And you'll see why. So, let's have a talk about other obligations outside of the home. Doing things for other people, taking on other tasks, other projects. Some of you need to hear you need to stop. That may poke some of you a little bit. That may irritate some of you a little bit. Yawning and burping a lot. Yes, Angelic, let it go. Let it out. Some of you need to take things off of your plate and stop making it harder than it has to be. You don't have to say yes to everything. So if that is resonating with you, let it go. Say, you know what, I feel it, and I'm gonna let it go, and I'm gonna release it. There are going to be times that you have to say no, not just because of your schedule, but because of your health. It is so important that you don't overburden yourself. Yes, healthy boundaries, exactly, Angelic. Some of you are taking on things that you feel are your responsibility and they're not. Let it go. Yes, let it go. It's great if you want to help, and it's great to help. But some things, for a lot of you in here, I'm feeling you are taking on things that you feel are your responsibility, or someone has talked you into thinking they are your responsibility and they are not. It's okay to drop it off the plate. It's okay to, like a cat, when they like see something sitting on something on a surface and they knock it off, it's okay to just do it. Just take your paw and knock it right off. Like, I'm done with that. I'm good. We're moving on. Someone else can do it. Take some things off your plate so that you can dive deeper into your healing, so you can dive deeper into what you want and living in a way that makes you happy. Yes, let it go. Let it go. It's going to be okay if you have to say no. It's going to be okay if you have to take something off the plate. And keep burping. I love it. Oh, we're going a little bit deeper too. Pulling back another layer. What exactly is this? Yes, keep releasing. Oh, this one totally resonated with me, especially at the beginning of my journey. Some of you may feel like you have to worry about something. Like that's the response that you have to have. Like you have to worry about it. You have to be concerned about it. Because if you don't, then the outcome isn't going to be the right one. Is this making sense? Like you feel like you have to worry. That was something that I struggled with a lot at the beginning of my journey. I felt like if I wasn't constantly worrying about something that needed to be solved, then I wasn't doing something right. You know? It's okay to not worry all the time about one thing that needs to be solved, because again, your mind cannot think of a solution if you're stuck in that loop. Exactly. Worry does not let you live in the moment. Worry does not allow you to think of a plan. Worry does not allow you to think of a solution. So it's okay if you have a moment where you just breathe and relax. You have to have a moment to breathe and relax. You are not a bad person if you're not constantly worrying about how to solve something. If you're not constantly worrying about the outcome of something, you are not a bad person. Let that go. I want to bring some wind energy into your minds now. So literally going to bring a breeze straight through your mind. You literally may feel a bit of a cold sensation as I blow this through. Just clearing out the dust. Making everything clear. This is going to make me burp too. Let your mind be clear. Let it see clearly. Let it think clearly. Now I want you to just take notice of how your mind feels. I'm in... Stephen, I don't know what that message meant that you just sent me. What are you talking about? My husband just messaged me. He'll pop in here and say weird things and then leave, saying he just sent me a message and I don't know what it means. No thoughts, brain empty. Yes, I love it. No thoughts, brain empty. That is the goal here. Feeling clear. Yes, Rachel, I love it. Let your mind be clear. That's kind of how my brain feels right now too. No thoughts, just vibes, just chilling. That even cleared me out. There we go. Feeling light and warm. Good. Good, good, good. Universe, where do you need us to go next? Ooh, up to the star. The star chakra is not in the body. The star is up above your head. Sometimes it can be associated with violet, but most of the time it's associated with like white. So the star is hovering up above your head and is like the connection to the divine, the connection to the angelic. Oh, we're gonna connect with them. We're gonna connect with them today. The universe wants to connect with you. Head in the clouds, excellent. Good, Danny. Let's establish our connection with the divine so we can feel their love for us, so we can hear their messages. I heard guidance when you said star. Yes, Coda. Exactly. That's really what opening this line of communication is doing, is allowing you to connect with them so that you can hear their guidance. Please, I'm a star, whatever TV movie show that's from. I don't know, Cassidy. Like I can't think of anything right now. A guiding light, exactly. Connecting us with the divine, connecting you with your ancestors, your angels, your guides, whatever you believe in, where you're connecting with the universe and all of those energies out there. I wish I heard the messages clearer. I love that we're working on this then, Angelic, so we can hear those messages clearer. It's from Pearl. I haven't watched Pearl. I want to. I keep forgetting that it exists. No, I've seen clips of it too on TikTok. I totally forgot. We watched this weekend. What did we watch? We watched the Oh my God, it just left me. Hang on, it'll come to me. Oh my God. Hang on, my brain's empty. No thoughts, just vibes. As we're connecting, it'll come back to me and I'll tell you what we watched because I recommend watching them. Ricky Stenicki was one. It was pretty funny. And then the other one was it like the Dungeons and Dragons movie something? It was really good too. It was on Amazon Prime, or not Amazon Prime, but whatever that app is, the Amazon streaming service. They were both really good. No, tonight we don't, Rose, because I feel like the universe is going to keep this one more concise. When I channeled this specific working, it just feels like a more concise working. I want to bring in the Seraphonite. Ooh, let's just use my slab. I love this Seraphonite. It is deep green. You can see it kind of grows in blades too, like the kyanite does. This is getting harder to get, I believe. So if you want a piece of Seraphonite, or it's getting more expensive at least, I definitely recommend getting one now. Yes, Cassidy. Head is pulsing like a heartbeat. Ashley, I love it, because we are up in that star and connecting your energy with the divine. So Seraphonite, as you probably, maybe some of you know, helps you connect with angels. There are a group of angels called the Seraphim, or the Seraphim. I believe in Christianity they are considered like the highest order of angels, and then I think in Judaism they're like maybe 2 or 3 like rungs down. But this really helps connect with angelic divine energy, just like how we're doing tonight with the star. Hello, Brianna, welcome in. I am good, how are you? Brain empty. This is Seraphonite, spelled with a PH for Seraphonite. Let yourself connect with those angels, connect with the divine, connect with whatever divine energy you're feeling out there. That's it, Luna. I believe that's the correct spelling, or at least close enough. Yeah, I don't think this is mined out, but I think it is for some reason this year becoming more expensive. So I would recommend getting a piece before it goes up anymore if it does. Oh my gosh, not Katie, welcome in. How are you? So the universe is actually asking me to ask you to do another little exercise here. Without thinking too hard, without trying to like make yourself, force yourself feel anything. Do you feel energy in the room? Do you feel energy around you, especially on your back? What do you feel? Can you feel the presence of the divine now? Thank you, Katie. I'm doing well as well. Hello, Jessie. Welcome in. How are you? How was your Monday? I can tell you right now, I am definitely feeling angels standing behind me. Do you feel their comforting presence as well? It may also feel kind of high vibe as well. Feel like crying? Let it out, Michelle. Feel like hands on my shoulders. Yes, warmth around the back of the neck, top of shoulders. I feel it. Yes. Got lost in food videos on YouTube. I'm glad you're here. Welcome in. I am good. Thank you for asking, Jessie. I'm so glad you were feeling the energy. Just let them come towards you some more. This is just the divine. This is just the angelic. They just want you to know that they're here. They're never far away. I feel the warmth of a hug, which is crazy. Oh, I love that coda. Actually, it could feel a little scary as well, because especially if it's angels like the Seraphim or the Seraphim, they are very high vibrational, so it can be like kind of, thank you for the hand heart, Sanity. Me too, angelic. Feeling a hand on your back lately. Yeah, angels can, their energy can sometimes be a little bit intimidating, especially the archangels. To me, angels just don't have a lot of time for human crap, for lack of a better way to phrase it. They just don't have a lot of time for human crap. They're here to tell us what we need to know. They're here to do their job, and they're here to bounce. So sometimes that can feel a little intimidating. But they do very much have love for you. They very much want to protect you, want to help you. But they also just don't have time to mess around. Hello, Auntie Jo. Welcome in. How's your Monday been? If you're feeling some anxiety, actually, let's just do it for everybody. Let's ground as well while we have this stone. So connecting that root chakra again. Very blunt, but with love. Exactly, Coda. Especially the archangels. And sending grounding energy so you don't get too floaty. So if you ever need an angel, you ever need some help from your spirit team, they are never far away. Just call upon them and they'll be there for you. You found it, Stace? You have a bracelet? Oh, I would love to have a bracelet of this. You absolutely do. There is a spirit team out there for all of you. They are always around you. They're always with you. They're always a call away. Just us living our human experience can make it hard to perceive them because we're so engrossed in our day-to-day life. We don't always have a lot of time for our spiritual work, for our healing work, but they are there. They are always there. You just have to stop and listen. Oh no, Stacy, I'm glad you found it. Yes, Sophia. And actually, speaking of what you just said, Sophia, if you ever feel like the energy around your house is kind of off, it feels just out of whack. Hello, Annie, welcome in. How are you? How's your Monday been? You can actually call on angels to stand in each corner of your home and ask them to protect the energy and to send back anything and everything that doesn't belong. And you'll feel everything ground almost instantly. And then you'll feel safe and calm and secure. So that's something that I like to do too. Exactly, Cassidy. Help you in times you need, even in times you didn't know. 100%. My great-grandfather believes that he saw his guardian angel when he was in a motorcycle accident when he was younger. Thank you for the heart knee bop and the heart puffs. He had actually, I think in this motorcycle wreck, it had ripped off his nose a little bit, and they put it back on. And I believe it was in that wreck that he believes that he saw his guardian angel. How just say, oh, so Ashley, you can put them anywhere. So you can say Archangel Michael, will you please stand in the right corner? Archangel Metatron, will you please stand in the left? Archangel Gabriel, will you stand in the left behind me? Archangel Raphael, will you stand in the right corner behind me? However you want to do it. I'm actually calling them in right now as we're doing it. And will you please just ground the energy in here? And it just feels like the most refreshing air and easy to breathe in here now. You can just do it like that. Easy as that. I was going crazy trying to cleanse my room. Oh, mystical. Sometimes I feel the presence of relatives and close ones. I love that, Cassidy. They do, Rose. I'm going to be honest, I'm not 100% well versed in what they all do, but I know for sure Michael is definitely a fighter, a protector. A lot of times, so again, well, not again because I haven't said it, angels will appear to you in the way that is most palatable for you to digest them, in the way that is most comfortable for you to digest them. So a lot of times he will show up in human form wielding a sword. but angels actually look a lot different in their true form. And they'll show you if you want to see it, but just be warned, it might freak you out a little bit. Oh, I love that, angelic. Thank you, Auntie Jo. I remember a week before my grandpa passed, I saw him in my room in my dreams, and I remember crying, Cassidy, I am so sorry, and saying it's okay to go, Cassidy. Let's do some grounding now. Do a bit more grounding now that we have traveled up into the star chakra and called in those angels. Let's get grounded again. Our loved ones will definitely send messages, going back to what you said, Cassidy, messages that they are leaving us when it's time for them to go. They're definitely around you. Even if you don't feel like you received that message, they'll definitely be around you. Thank you for the hand heart, BB. It was very cathartic, and a week later when he finally passed, it was like the energy in my house got lighter. Cassidy, oh. I feel such a presence around my great uncle's old room. I can't even go near it. Do you feel like he's just in there a lot, just letting you know that he's still there? Cologne. Thank you for the disco love, BB. And let's get into those lower chakras a bit more. We got really floaty working with the angelic energy. Again, if you want to work with the angelic energy, you want to work in that star chakra, highly recommend getting grounded first, because it can make you really floaty. It can make you very tingly. That high vibration it can kind of throw you off a little bit. So you want to make sure you've gotten really well grounded so you can travel even further in that energy. Oh, Cassidy. I do too. I love working with angelic energy. But again, highly recommend ground first, because some people tend to think, well, if I get grounded, then I can't really travel up those upper chakras, or I can't really travel up into the angelic, into the divine. It helps you more actually to do that, because you'll be able to do it for longer, travel further. It won't make you queasy that way. So getting grounded is such an important piece of doing that more of ethereal work, if you will. Making sure we're nice and grounded. Here we go into the sacral. Are we ready to go into the sacral? So this is the root, or not the root chakra. Why did I say that? I don't know. This is the chakra that's kind of above your belly button a bit. Oh, Fia. Actually, when I was younger, my great-great-grandmother, so I was very fortunate to have 3 generations alive at one time and get to experience them and get to know them. So my great-great-grandmother was alive until I was about 9-10 years old. And she, the back room by the bathroom in my great-great-grandparents' house is where she stayed for a while before they had to put her in a nursing home, because, they were older themselves and got to a point they couldn't take care of her. But anyway, after she passed, I would have to get up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom sometimes. And I would always run really fast past the bathroom, because I could just feel her presence and just hear her saying you don't need to be out of bed, you need to get back in bed, because that's just kind of how she was. And so I totally get what you mean by feeling his presence walking by that room, because I would feel hers too, and I'd be like, I gotta hurry because she knows I'm out of bed. Yes, my great-great-grandmother. She was in her 90s when she passed. I want to say 96-ish. I know, I wish I would have asked her more things, but again, I was about 9-10 when she passed. So, I didn't think of all of the things to ask her, but I wish I would have now. And also my mom was quite young when she had me, so that's why I got to experience having the great-grandmother and the great-great-grandmother. Being born to a younger mother, helped that. Hello, Amber Lauren. Welcome in. How are you? Absolutely, Cassidy. I had the most visits from a past loved ones for a few days leading up to my twins being born. Coda. That is so beautiful. I was the annoying little sister in my broster. Oh my goodness. I love that. Oh, Amber, I am so sorry. We did just have that new moon in Pisces, so if you do feel a little emotional, just be kind to yourself. Pisces is emotional. We're very in our feelings. Absolutely, all of our ancestors are helping us. Even the ones that you never met, the ones that you could have never possibly met because, you know, they just lived in a completely different time period, they're absolutely around you. I'm not religious, but I used to be Methodist and never felt the beauty and peace that Reiki gives me. Same, Cassidy. I was raised in the South, so for a long time I was Southern Baptist, and then when I moved in with my dad, we were Methodist, and I just never felt that connection with the divine, or, you know, with the universe, God, if you want to call it. I don't necessarily believe in like God, but I believe there are things out there, obviously. I never felt that connection in the church. I never felt it until now, really, until Reiki. You felt like a Pisces all day. I love it. And I think it's because, you know, in the church, like, they're adhering to this book that was heavily edited by man. A lot of things were changed, a lot of things were taken out. Obviously, it was written by man to begin with, so I just never connected with that. So yeah. Wow, Amber. Like, death was feared almost in Methodist, but in a way I think is beautiful now. Oh, Cassidy. All right, back to that sacral. This sacral is where you want to go when you feel sluggish, when you feel like your emotions are a little out of whack, like you're a bit too extreme in your emotions. This is where you want to go and do work. Yes, exactly, Coda. There are a lot of the different factions, if you will, of Christianity or just any religion, Methodist, Southern Baptist, Pentecost, whatever. There is kind of like this competition to be better, and they completely lose the message. They lose the plot, so to speak. Let's get sacral, yes. I think it's because with Reiki, you come to that and it speaks to you where you are. Yes, angelic. Reiki meets you where you are and gives you what you need. So the sacral is kind of like, so here's your belly button, and it's kind of hovering up here in your upper tummy a bit. And then your solar is above that. I would say more kind of like up under your rib cage. So solar, sacral, then your roots all the way at the bottom at the base of your hips, above down there. So let's go into that sacral. Let's bring in the trusty sunstone. You may feel this hit you quite hard. This is a very sunny stone. Oh, all right, we're gonna phrase it like that then. The universe says to say, I am confidence. Go with it. I am confidence. The warming is unreal. It is. I almost want to call this sacral stone because it's just so good for the sacral. It is sunstone. Yes, Katie. Nicholas. Just say, I am confident. I am confidence. I embody my confidence. I am capable of making that dream come true. I have the talent. I have the know-how. I am fire. I love it. Do they? Do you? I love it. You go back and forth pretty often with the sacral. I totally get it. Especially with my manifestations last night. I was like, oh, can I make this happen? Can I do this? I'm like, yeah, I can. I got it. That is part of being in the human body. Even us as healers, we have those very human moments where even though we know we've done it, we're in the midst of doing it, like we live in this human body, and sometimes that happens. You just have those very human thoughts, those very human emotions. I am worthy of having those dreams come true. There we go. Snap that right out of that sacral. I am worthy of having those dreams come true. So I should start taking action. That's awesome, Nicholas. I am worthy of making those dreams come true. So I should start taking action. Yes, honey. Worthy simply because you exist. Would you rather sit back and think about, what if I had tried it? Would you rather look back and think on that? Or would you rather look back and be like, oh, I did try it. I did try it and I achieved it, or I learned something from it and I went a different way and found something even better. When you look back, what would you rather look back on? Would you rather dream of what might have happened, or would you rather do it and see what does happen? Yes, Sophia. I think most deep down would rather think about, when they look back on their life, they would rather look back and be like, you know what, I went out for that thing that I really wanted and I got it. Or I went out for that thing I really wanted and I learned something amazing through that process and I found something even better. I totally get the nervousness. I totally get the anxiety. Thank you for the tiny Stephen. And what were you saying in your message? I have no idea what you were saying. Back to what I was saying, which I don't remember. It'll come back to me in a second. Hang on. Oh, I totally get the anxiety of going after something. I get it. Again, that is a human emotion. That is part of the human experience. But don't let that anxiety, don't let that fear, thank you for the finger hearts, Cassidy. Don't let that hold you back. Push through it. You gotta sometimes get comfortable with being uncomfortable if you want to try something new, if you want something different to happen. You have to know that that uncomfortableness is just part of the experience. I am the bringer of all things awesome, but mostly a frozen pizza. What? I don't think that's what your message said in Messenger on Facebook. It said, you said something else. I don't know what it was. We are all worthy of this life and love. Yes. Yes, Cassidy. Yes. That is another big part of this healing work, is pushing back, not really, pushing through. I don't know, India. He's saying crazy things. I think he brought frozen pizza home is what he's saying. But a big part of this healing work is pushing past that initial anxiety, pushing past that initial fear. Because again, nothing changes in stagnation. Nothing changes when you're comfortable. You have to have those moments of uncomfortableness for anything to change. Thank you for the rose, honey. And congratulations on your first gift. Exactly, Angelic. So there will still be moments where you have uncomfortableness, right? Like you keep up leveling and you keep up leveling, but it will get easier to push past it. You'll be like, you know what? I did it before. I did it on that other step. I did it during that other up level. I can do it again. So you will get more comfortable with the idea and be able to push past it. I was not anticipating pizza to play such a big part on this conversation. That's my husband for you. He just will come in and just say random things. When I moved out of my sister's house, it was uncomfortable, but I'm glad I did it. Yes. Yes, Annie. And I love it. I love how you are blooming. Oh, Sophia, let it out. If you are crying, let those emotions out. That is movement. That is energy work. Exactly, Cassidy. So the snapping is like kind of like cutting a cord. I'm cutting it by snapping. Thank you for the rose, Paula. You want, okay, everybody wants pizza. I wish I could give you some. Give it to you through the screen. Thank you for the heart puff. You're welcome. Well, crying, you know, it's not always a fun thing to experience, you know. It usually indicates sadness. It can indicate happiness too. But just let it flow. Don't judge it. Don't judge yourself for doing it. Hello, Lua. How are you doing? How are you feeling? You'll make metaphorical pizza. Yes, I love it. Hello, Teresa. Welcome in. How are you? Is there a pizza gift? I don't even know. Where? I don't even know if I can see the gifts while I'm streaming. There might be one. Thank you for the pizza. Dyeing my hair royal blue Saturday. Oh, I love it. I love royal blue. I was thinking about changing my hair color, but so you know what I did? During the start of the pandemic, the Panda Express, whatever you want to call it, I threw box color on my hair. So any hairdresser I go to, if I want to go that route, is going to have their work cut out for them. And I'm just like, don't know if I want to put that on someone right now. I put on the Ion like 4G. So that's really dark. Like number 1 is black and this is level 4. And my hair is like naturally a level 7. So I got a lot going on. The Panda Express. I heard someone say that early on, and like, I'm going with that. The Panda Express. The Pandora. The Pandamania. Because you never know. Like, TikTok will throw that warning up, you know, thinking that you're, you know, giving disinformation or something like that. And it's like, I just try to stay away from that. Ooh, I like copper too. I had red hair for a while and I really liked it, but it washes out fast. That's the only problem. It's a very testy color that'll just slip right out, or it slipped right out of my hair anyway. Yes, I'm on the sacral, Sophia. Still just snapping some things out. And just feeling into the energy more. The word confident is the big one. We're sticking with confidence. You have the confidence to go forward and do what it is you want. Thank you for accepting. Oh, Amber, I totally get that feeling. And it will feel lonely. It really will for a while, but that peace that you get from doing that will outweigh it. There is nothing more important. There is nothing more precious than having your peace, having your sanity. But I get it totally sucks because you wish that they could be in your life. Like your family, it's who you would expect should be on your team. But sometimes it just can't be. You know, the toxicity is just too much. Sophia, it sounds like that's just what you needed to release in that sacral with that. I have the confidence to make changes. Yes, exactly. Be confident in yourself. Again, would you rather sit back and think about the what ifs? What if I had never tried it? Or would you rather look back on your life and be like, hell yeah, I did that. I did try it. Are you serious, Paula? Is that what pops up when you put burping? I know. I thought it was just bubbles. That is too funny. Exactly. Don't let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. Exactly. I love that. Don't let that happen. I want to do some heart work now. That's too funny though that you type burping and that's what comes up. I love it. Let's go into the heart. Your heart chakra is green, for those who may not know. So you can use stones that are green, but also pink. Pinks are good ones because, you know, they represent a love. Red ones too. Mostly pink and green are like the most popular stone choices for your heart chakra. Right now I don't feel called to bring in a stone, so right now I'm just gently opening your heart chakra. Let it expand. Let your capacity for love expand. So not just for giving love, but for receiving love from the universe. So taking an opportunity that the universe lays before you. Understand that you are worthy of taking it. That's another big thing in healing work that I see a lot, is that people will manifest an opportunity. People will put the message out there that they want an opportunity, and the opportunity comes, and then they deny it. They're like, no, this can't be for me, or this isn't perfect enough, and they close down that opportunity. That's a good question, Katie. I'm not 100% sure how they got their colors. I should Google that and see. I do not know. I want to learn tarot. Do you have any suggestions of where to learn? So Annie, I unfortunately don't. What I did is I just bought my first deck and I just read the little manual that comes with it and just started like drawing tarot cards every day to just get to, you know, get to know their meaning, familiarize myself with how it felt reading with that deck. So I am very of the suggestion to just dive right in, get a tarot deck and just become familiar with it, because each tarot deck has its own feeling. Each tarot deck will have different symbolism, different, you know, pictures. So each one, you know, will be different in the way that you read it. I just dived right in. I'm kind of like that. I'm kind of like, let me just dive right in and then I'll read the directions later. Or if I need a class, I'll take it later. I'll jump in first. I'm a little bit backwards that way. I can say that, wait, I take that back. I do have a resource that I do like. It's called Biddy Tarot, biddytarot.com, B-I-D-D-Y. She has a lot of great information on her website, but I have not taken like any of her courses though, but I think she offers some. Yeah, that's really how I am. Like, screw the directions, just let me see if I can piece it together myself, and then if I need it, I'll go back. You do too, Ashley? I love Biddy Tarot. I feel like her explanations on things are really good, so I do like that as a resource. Hello, Ashley. Exactly, Angelic, because I did not start out with what a lot of people think of as the traditional tarot deck, the Rider-Waite. I started with one. Well, do I even have it? I don't have it near me. But you can see pictures of it sometimes, like in the group or on my Instagram. Even down here, this started out as a tarot account, not Reiki. My tarot deck is all like sea life, nature, like it's not traditional symbolism. So if I were to be given a Rider-Waite deck, I would have to relearn how to read that deck. So the way that I interact with the current one that I use would be so different from any other one. Ooh, I haven't heard of lucid dreams. I like having the keywords on it because there's what, 72 cards? Like that's a lot. That's a lot to remember. I like reading intuitively too. So like, you know, say you draw like a card of pentacles, like I know what the overmeaning theme is of a pentacle, but then what do I feel about that particular pentacle? So it's like a mix of the two, like literal and intuitive. 78, yeah, that's a lot of meanings to remember. Just think about that. 78 different meanings. That's a lot. Opening up that heart space more. Receive the love that the universe wants to give you. Receive the blessing, receive the opportunity. It is for you. Don't turn it down. Don't turn your back on it. Take that leap, take that chance, take the love that the universe gave you and see what happens. Brain empty, just vibes. I can't remember 78 cards. You definitely eventually, like Angelic was saying, you will get to a point where you can. But when you're first starting out, don't like beat yourself up over it, because 78 cards is a fuck ton of cards. It's a fuck ton of meanings. Like, it's a lot. So just play with the deck, draw cards, do readings for yourself, get familiar. Do you, Annie? So, okay, in real life, I cuss like a sailor. Like, every other word is a cuss word. So on here, I'm not trying to not give you my authentic self. It's just because when I'm streaming or I repost these to YouTube, I just want to lessen the chances of them getting flagged. So I cuss a lot. Oh, that's awesome dreaming. Yes, Angelic, yes. Also, I've heard from people too that I guess I kind of just don't look like someone that cusses a lot, which I guess I can kind of see. I don't know. I guess because my face is rounder, like I have, you know, kind of like that. Typically a rounder face is associated with more of like innocence, because, you know, babies have really round faces. But I'm like, no, I cuss like a sailor. I am not like a sweet little angel when it comes to my speech. But I just want to lessen the chances of these like being taken down, you know, so I try to keep it at a minimum, or keep it very quiet when I'm streaming. Oh, I can totally see that about you too, Annie. Absolutely can. Thank you for the rose, honey. Thank you for the donut. Donuts would be so good right now too. Expanding that capacity just a little bit more. Ooh. I want to do a little bit more snapping. Thank you. Yeah, I just don't want to take the chances of things getting banned, because we're doing like real healing work here and I want people to be able to access it. Of course, you can work with me one-on-one. You can work with me in a group setting. By the way, Bloom begins Thursday. If you want to sign up, like, this is the last chance. We begin Thursday. If you want to bloom your soul, meet your highest self, find your highest path, if you're ready to be a new person by summer, if you're ready to dive in, you're like, I'm ready for change. I'm ready to get on this path of healing. We start Thursday. Anyway, yeah, I like to, you know, do these, you know, bigger workings, do these bigger sessions where I can work with the public. And then if they decide that I'm right for them, then they can work with me, you know, in a more intimate setting. So I definitely want these to be accessible as they can be. Thank you, Annie. Annie did Bloom last year, and the blooming that she has done is incredible. Incredible. I highly recommend it. I definitely recommend it. You don't have to be a beginner to take Bloom, but I definitely recommend it to the person who thinks of themselves as more of a beginner, or maybe you're just kind of stuck on where you go next. I recommend it for people like that too. So Bloom is like my signature healing program. It's called Bloom a New Season now because we're doing it again. We're doing it in a new season. So what I do in Bloom is I introduce you to your highest self so that you can have your most badass version of you on you with this journey, because that is who your higher self is. And we literally are like taking your soul seed and planting it in the universal dirt, if you will, the most fertile soil. And we are helping your soul blossom, and we are bringing forth your highest path. And what your highest path is the path that resonates with your soul, the way that makes you feel most comfortable, confident. When you are walking on this path, things flow so much more easily. Because you're living a soul-aligned life. So you find your meaning, you find your purpose, whatever that is. That is what I'm doing for you in Bloom. I am helping lead you to that highest path so that your life can change and you can start making those changes with ease. You can start making them with confidence. Thank you, Rachel. Yes, that is Bloom, and it's a fast program. We meet 3 times. So it's a 3-week commitment, but we only meet once a week. I have added integration videos now. So in between each session, I now create a short integration to make sure your energy gets nice and calibrated to the work we've done, because we go fast. Like, we're going back in your timeline, we're healing patterns, we're healing, like say your great-great-grandmother had she accidentally created like a thing around money. Like she created like this inability for the rest of her bloodline to create money. We go back and we heal things like that. We heal things in the here and now. Like if you're having issues with your confidence now, maybe someone took a blow at your confidence in this lifetime, we heal that. We go all over to help you bloom. So it goes deep and it goes fast, but it's also gentle. So you're not gonna like walk away from Bloom being like, oh my God, I feel sick. It's not like that. It's very gentle too. And I use candle magic and Reiki in those sessions. So you're getting like double work. Candle magic is opening your energy. It's making it nice and open so we can get in there, we can clear, and we can heal, and we can change those patterns. Sorry, that was a mouthful. I kind of got on a stream there, but that's what Bloom is. And again, we start Thursday. So if you're like, oh yeah, that sounds like it's for me, go ahead and sign up. There is a payment plan. If you need that, it's already on there, so you can choose to pay in full or choose payment plan. And that is a group setting. Now that I just talked your ear off about that, you're so welcome. Separate the cookies. Yes, you can separate the cookies so that it would be 5 payments in total, so bi-weekly. I think it's 66 cookies bi-weekly. Yeah, if I remember correctly. You are so welcome, John. Okay, so what I wanted to do is just snap a little bit more out of the heart. It looks like a rope that needs to come out. So you may feel me actually pull a little bit. I don't have a mini version, but it's interesting you say that. I have thought about maybe adapting it to having like a mini thing that you could do. So I don't know, we'll see. Interesting that you said that, and I was actually thinking about it. I'll have to convene with the universe more about that, if there may ever be an adaptation of it someday. Sorry, I'm having to cough to move this energy for you. We'll see, you never know. The universe already has a list of ideas for me to implement, and I'm a little behind, and it's a little angry at me. So I have some other things I need to get implemented as well. The universe has been giving me so many downloads of things to do, and for those who don't know, I still work a full-time day job. I'm not quite ready to make any sort of transition, so sometimes I'll be like, oh, well, I'm tired, and I don't implement something. The universe will get on you about it. If you have that big calling to do something, to implement something, to change something, do it, because the universe is telling you for a good reason to do it. So there you go. Learn that lesson through me instead of with the universe shoving it at you. It will keep giving it to you until you change it. You're so welcome. That's how it was when I started Reiki. Like let me just level with you here. When I started my Reiki journey, the universe kept shoving me and shoving me and shoving me. I was living in a house with no floor. Okay, the floor had been ripped out by someone else. I barely had 2 nickels to rub together because I had blown through the little savings that I had. Like, we were in a really bad spot. And for a birthday gift, I was very fortunate that a family member paid for that first Reiki class, and then I scraped my money together for my subsequent Reiki classes, my master, my level 2. I scraped that together because the universe would not stop pushing me to do it, and I had to. And here we are now. And I will tell you, every single penny that I have invested in myself is sitting back in my bank account and then some. I'm not trying to, brag about money, but I just need you to know that the universe will pay you back through this work too, in more ways than one. So, if you have any doubt about working on yourself, do not have doubt about working on yourself. The universe is telling you because you need to. The universe is telling you because it's going to improve things. You're so welcome. Absolutely. And we live in a society that kind of like discourages investing in ourselves, makes us feel bad about taking a chance on ourselves. Like, I could get on a soapbox about that. I won't get too much on a soapbox about it. But nothing is ever going to change. Nothing is ever going to improve if you don't take a chance on yourself, if you don't take care of yourself. Totally angelic, yes. You can never break free of like the monotony if you don't do work on yourself. And that's felt very specific for somebody who feels like they're kind of living in monotony. You cannot break free of it if you don't make those big changes, if you don't do that work on yourself. Exactly. And by being here in these lives, you're doing that. By being here in these lives, you are taking the first step to doing that. Cosmic. How are we feeling now about ourselves? Do we feel like we have gotten out of the way of ourselves now in a big way? Annie, I think I'm actually about to shut it down. I know it's not like super early before 10:30, but I feel like the universe is like, we are at a place where like the working can come to a close. Do we feel more confident now about pursuing something we want to pursue? Do we feel like we can accept opportunity that the universe gives us now? Because remember, the universe will put it before you. It wouldn't put it before you if it wasn't for you. Take it. Does the universe tell others different things? Oh, you mean like give people different messages? Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I just want to snap behind your back real quick. Gentle but noticeable shifts. Yes. I feel like a lot of you just feel so much more stable. Like, you know what? I'm not going to second guess doing this thing now, whatever it is. You are so welcome. Calmer, good. Yes. And again, I will repost this one too, as long as TikTok lets me download it, and then you can work through this energy even more. I've got a great opportunity. I may need to move across the country. Ava, oh my gosh, that is amazing. Hello, Hypnos. Thank you. That's what I want you to feel. I want you to feel stable too, going after these opportunities. Thank you for the lightning and the heart puff, BB. Aw, Cosmic. I know, I totally get it. But the universe is very particular about its healings. I think right about now. I know it's not super early. Normally I'm until 10:30, but the universe is just kind of saying like this is what it wanted to give. Like this is a natural, good stopping point. You are so welcome. So now I'm gonna tuck you in like little burritos. Make you nice and snug. Make sure all the ends are tucked in. You are so welcome. Seriously, divine timing. This was a big topic we worked on too. So, you know, I don't want you to get exhausted or be like, oh my God, is there more? You are so welcome. You are so welcome. Thank you everyone for being here and doing something for yourself. And I'm gonna seal you in with the power symbol and then the holy fire symbol up here. And just let yourself like be happy with this newfound confidence. Don't overthink it. Just take it for what it is. And I will see you all in the next one. Good night. Good night.